Let me introduce you to the way we're doing our PPE checks in PSTrax. When you log into PSTrax, if you're going to do a PPE check, it really doesn't even matter what station you log into. And that's because your PPE follows you. So I'm logging into station 1 there, but my PPE would also be in station 2 or station 4. Because like I said, it's my PPE. So that's the same PPE. We're scheduling a routine inspection of our PPE every week. So this is going to start on Monday. And if you have already done your routine inspection and you have a fire or something and you want to do a post-fire inspection, you would use the as-needed check and you would see the same exact dialog boxes in the as-needed check, so you could update if there was something done to your gear. Let me show you how to go in and do a PPE check. So this is the PPE that's assigned to me right now. And I'm going to do a routine inspection. And I can either click on log all gear and it will pull up all of those at the same time. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to pull up one of them and we'll look at the pants. So this is the pants. That's a serial number in my pants. This is a routine inspection. I could actually, if you do the as needed, you can change it to an as needed inspection. And this is the check that we want to go. So we want to look to see that it's clean. We want to see that it has any issues. If it doesn't need to be cleaned, you need to say NA or something right there to let them know that that's not an issue. And then we'll just look for the any issues with our PPE. If there is an issue, let's say that we're missing reflective trim on there. So I'm going to create an alert. I'm going to say test missing trim, and I just say test because this is just a test. And now I can log this check of my pants. And when I hit log, it's going to bring up the alert. And if this was an urgent thing, let's say that, hey, I'm not going to be able to fight fire in it, I would make that an urgent response. If it's just routine, it's just loose, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say that this is a test alert only. And then we have a selection of people that you could send that to. So when you generate a test alert, you always are the first one listed in the list so that you know that, hey, this did go out. I'm going to recommend that as often as you do any kind of alert, you include your captain as well. So we'll pretend that Ralph Ortiz still works for us, and so I'm going to include him on this alert. And then once I do that, Juwan Randall, because he's the chief of maintenance and alarm, he is automatically selected. If you know that whether Ambrosio or Jimmy are responsible for the PPE, you could select them. I'm not really sure how they're working out there right now, so I'm not going to select either of them. And then I do that. Now you notice that as soon as I did that, I have a test alert that came up. And so this is now I know that, hey, there's an issue with the gear and it can be addressed, and my officer will know. And right now I just got that test alert on my phone. It was just mentioning her little chime, and so it happens just that quick. So that's how we're going to do our routine checks for our gear. Let's say that and you notice that I dropped from a 8 to a 7 because I checked my pants. But let's say that we had a structure fire and something happened to my pants then, and they just need to be cleaned. So now I click on the as needed, and now I have that same issue of the different things that I could check, and I'm going to say this is going to be a post-incident inspection. And I'm going to go right back and select pants, even though it wasn't available as an option in the daily check anymore because I'd done it once. Now I can go back and I can log another check on my pants. And I'm going to enter into my incident number that it happened on, what happened. Let's say that it was a structure fire. And I'm going to check for soiling, contamination, and I'm going to say, yep, needs to be cleaned, advanced cleaning. And check for any damage. And I'm going to submit that. And because there we go. Because I said that it needs some cleaning, I'm generating another alert. So when I log this event, once again, it pulls up the description of the alert and an advanced cleaning. I'm just going to call this another test alert because it does not need to be cleaned. And I'm going to send this once again to my Chief Ortiz. There we go. And I'm going to get this alert as well as Chief Randall. And then I'm going to set that alert. And so it's going to appear again over here in the PPE alerts in a second. And it will also send me that alert to my phone. So that is how we go about doing our PPE checks, routine checks, as well as post-fire checks.